Welcome back. Roads look pretty dry out there this morning. It is 6:42 on your Friday. Now, whether it's a fender bender or perhaps something a little more serious, many of us have been in some sort of car accident over the course of our lives. But what steps should you be taking right after an accident happens? We're asking attorney Dave Beatrice this morning for Legally Speaking. Dave, good to see you as always.
Good to see you, even if it's remotely.
Yes, I know. Eventually that'll change, but, kind of is what it is. But like I said, most people have been in some sort of fender bender or something. What are the steps from your perspective that they should be taking as soon as something like that happens?
Well, as soon as you're in an accident, I always tell people, take a breath for just a moment. And then after you take that breath, check on yourself or your passengers to see if anyone's injured. And then once that happens, if the crash is serious enough. Now, if it's a little fender bender and no one's injured and there's not that much property damage, you guys can swap information and that's going to be good enough. If there's over $150 worth of property damage, I always suggest that you get a police report. And then if you're in danger where your car's at, by all means, move your car. You don't want other people crashing into you and then making the situation worse, or you yourself being negligent for not moving your car. So if you're safely able to move your car, these people get in these little like rear enders and they think, oh my God, I can't move my car. If you can move your car to safety, move your car to safety. They'll be able to figure everything out from the damage and from what people say. And your camera, this thing right here, take photos. Take photos of everything because that'll help in the case. And then wait for the police to come and make a report. And then don't sign anything from the insurance companies. They're going to call you and be all nicey-dicey and lovey-dovey, but don't sign anything until you figure out everything, the extent of your injuries, if any, hopefully none. And then you go from there. The number one complaint, believe it or not, I hear from people is their property damage. And so they'll say, well, I owe $3,000 on the car and they only want to give me $2,000. So the law on that is that they only have to give you the fair market value of your car. Not what your car's worth to you, or not any super speaker, boom boxes you put in or anything like that. It is just what the fair market value of the automobile is. That's what they're obligated and legally to pay you.
Now, if it is more of a fender bender, but there is maybe some minor damage or something, is it advantageous to still get a police report then, just so that there's some record of who is at fault or anything like that?
You don't necessarily have to get a police report in that case. You could swap information, insurance information. I mean, if you want a police report, you're certainly entitled to one. But if it's just, you hit, sometimes I've accidentally been hit and there's been no property damage. And I said, I'm cool, you're cool, and we've left. So it just depends on the circumstances. It's all fact specific.
In terms of if there's an injury involved, especially if you need help or need to go to the hospital in an ambulance and you don't have a chance, obviously maybe you're incapacitated and can't make those phone calls or anything, what should you do then?
Well, hopefully someone will see that you're incapacitated and dial 911. Maybe the person that hit you is coming up to check on you and they'll dial 911, and certainly passerbyers will dial 911. If there's a serious accident, 911 gets multiple calls about that accident. And if you feel you've been injured, this is very important, don't move. If you have really hurt something in your cervical region or even broken anything, don't move, because moving can take it worse. Wait till the rescue personnel get there and don't know how to extricate you from the automobile.
Absolutely. It's what they're trained to do. Dave, great information, great advice. I mean, it's a situation hopefully we don't find ourselves in, but it is pretty common, right?
No. I was in a bad accident the other day. There wasn't a scratch on me. Not a scratch on my car. Had thousands of dollars worth of damage. Not a scratch on me.
Well, we're
So
glad to
sometimes
hear
it
that.
just happens that way.
Well, we're glad to hear you're all in one piece. Dave, have a good weekend. All
Sure.
right, we'll see you. We'll see you next week.
Have a good weekend. Everyone stay safe.
We're trying.
And have a happy Valentine's Day.
Right back at you. Thank you. All right, trivia time when we come back after the break. Let's take a look at the question of the day. If you know the answer, give us a buzz.